What's up guys, my name is Stoody and I'd like to welcome you all back to another video. And in today's video I'm going to be doing my round 2 tips for the 2024 AFL season. Technically it's round 3, but you know AFL have fucked everything up with opening round and want to lie about what round it is. But anyway, before we get into this week's tips, let's go ahead and see how I went last week. So last week I got 7 out of 9 correct tips, bringing me up to 10 tips for the season in total. So the tips I got incorrect were I tipped Collingwood to beat Sydney, but Sydney pulled off the upset win. And I tipped the Western Bulldogs to beat Melbourne, and Melbourne pulled off the upset win. So let's just get right into this week's tips. So another stupid Thursday night game. We have St Kilda taking on Collingwood at the MCG. I'm going to be tipping Collingwood in this one by 37 points. Collingwood will be pissed off after losing the first 2 games of the season. St Kilda are just a garbage team. It's a home game for Collingwood, so Collingwood will get the job done here pretty easily, I would think. I mean, I'm sure St Kilda will be somewhat competitive. The bad teams usually are early on in the season, but Collingwood should be able to easily account for St Kilda. Just a way better team, clearly. And yeah, pretty easy tip at this one. Moving on to Friday night, we have Adelaide taking on Geelong at Adelaide Oval. I'm going to tipping Adelaide in this one by 27 points. It's a home game for Adelaide. They will be pissed off after losing their first game of the season against the Suns. You know, getting robbed in that game due to match fixing. Plus, it was a shit weather game. So they'll be looking to get their first win. They're a better team than Geelong. They're at home. This one's another pretty straightforward tip. So the Crows will win this one. Moving on to Saturday, another stupid 12:45 game. Honestly, I don't mind it if I am having a day off. But yeah, we have North Melbourne taking on Fremantle at Marvel Stadium. Going to tipping Fremantle in this one by 32 points. You know, so many idiots tipped Brisbane last week. I knew Fremantle would win. Only a real idiot would have tipped Brisbane last week. Fremantle, they're a top 8 team whether you like it or not. North Melbourne are a rebuilding team, so regardless of whose home ground it is, I'm going to be tipping Fremantle because they're just simply a better team. They're a top 8 contending team, whereas North Melbourne are a rebuilding team. Moving on to the other Saturday afternoon game, we have Hawthorn taking on Melbourne at the MCG. I'm going to be tipping Melbourne in this one by 38 points. They looked solid against the Western Bulldogs, and with Hawthorn's injuries, I think Melbourne should be able to get the job done here. So, again, this is another pretty straightforward tips. This seems like a pretty easy week for tipping. So, I think Melbourne should win. They're a better team. Hawthorn have a heap of injuries. And yeah, Melbourne, they are in some pretty decent form. So, that's why I think they'll win. Moving on to Saturday night, we have Sydney taking on Essendon at the SCG. I'm going to be doing Sydney in this one by 30 points. Essendon got a win against Hawthorn, but it was only Hawthorn. And Sydney are in some really good form, beating Collingwood last week. So I think they'll continue that good form here on Saturday night with a win against Essendon, which they shouldn't have any problems doing because, you know, they're a better team and it's at their home ground. So Sydney should win this one. Moving on to Sunday, almost Sunday morning, it's a stupid 12 o'clock start. Like, how's anyone that's at work going to be able to watch this? We have the Western Bulldogs taking on the Gold Coast Suns at Mars Stadium in Ballarat, that stupid stadium. The Western Bulldogs are terrible at that stadium, plus Gold Coast are the most protected team in the AFL at the moment. So I'm going to be tipping Gold Coast in this one by 7 points. It'll be rigged. Gold Coast will be protected by the umpires in this one. I think it's pretty obvious, so you've just got to tip the Suns due to match fixing mainly. It's just a safe option. Plus the Dogs don't have a very good record at Mars Stadium. I don't know why they get robbed a home game or two every year to play at this stupid stadium, irrelevant stadium. But yeah, they get robbed every year for some reason. Moving on to the other Sunday afternoon game, we have Richmond taking on Port Adelaide at the MCG. I'm going to be tipping Port Adelaide in this one by 14 points. Richmond have a shitload of injuries again. You know, the one game they go in full strength, they have 3 players injured by half time and they've got a VFL team again. Not only that, they're getting robbed. So Richmond definitely are a chance to win this game. It's at home. for them. Plus, Port didn't really impress me in their piss easy game against the West Coast Eagles. And knowing Andrew Dillon and the AFL, they'll do whatever it takes to rob Richmond. I think Richmond will definitely be competitive in this game, but the match fixing will rob them in the end. Last game of the round, another bullshit Sunday night game. I can't watch this. I start at midnight on Monday. So, yeah. And I don't think I'll be watching much of the Richmond game if that game is fucking rigged, because I have to start at midnight the next day. But we have the West Coast Eagles taking on the GWS Giants at Optus Stadium. Oh my god, do we even need to think about this one? GWS, obviously, by 59 points. Obviously, it's at home for West Coast, so it won't be like a 100-point smashing. If it was at Giant Stadium, I definitely would go GWS by over 100. It's West Coast home game. It's the start of the season. They'll want to at least look somewhat respectable, so it won't be a complete and utter 100-point demolition, but the Giants are one of the best teams in the league versus the clear worst team in the league, so yeah, I think the Giants will go out and smash West Coast regardless of the stadium. So I guess that's it for these tips. Feel free to leave your tips down below in the comments section. Or if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment for more content like this. Be sure to subscribe to my main YouTube channel. It is just Stoody. Link to that is in the description. Also be sure to subscribe to my second YouTube channel. It is called Stoody Archives. Link to that is also in the description. Also be sure to join my Discord server. It is called Australian Sports Community. Link to that is in the About section of my main YouTube channel. Also be sure to follow me on my other social media accounts. I have Instagram, I have Twitter, and I also have TikTok. The username for all those is StoodyYT, and since I can't put links in the description, you have to search them up yourself. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you all in the next video.